All right, welcome back. Today I have certified partner of ASLAN Sales Training, Mr. Michael DeLeo. How are you doing
Thanks.
today, sir?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me on our end. Appreciate it.
Yeah, of course. And I just wanted to get this started. You are a partner with ASLAN Sales Training, so just give me a little bit of a breakdown of what ASLAN is.
Sure. So ASLAN's been around for 29, almost 30 years now. We're a leading international sales training and coaching organization. And I am the founder and principal of a company called Sales Org Solutions that is a certified partner of Aslan Sales Training. So I both sell and market the services, but also facilitate our training, coaching, and consulting services and work with companies across a very wide range of industries, different roles, with a focus on helping improve sales performance by developing frontline sales reps and managers.
Perfect. And you said you're international. Uh, where have you guys impacted so far?
Sure, we work with clients across all continents. I'm based in the US. Our company is headquartered in the Atlanta area, but we have people in Europe, Asia, Australia, Latin America, very broad range of other partners and direct Aslan traders and executives around the world. And we really work with companies of a wide range of sizes and industries with
Oh,
similar and
yeah.
unique needs.
And then as the partner, can you share a little bit about your role and how you fit into the bigger picture?
Sure. So I work primarily with small and mid-sized businesses in North America. And in my role, it involves identifying prospective clients, doing all my marketing and sales outreach, and then working with companies to do an assessments of where their organizations currently are in terms of their needs, their any gaps they have in their development, skills gaps, anything that's holding them back from reaching their full performance objectives, and then working with the leadership and working with individual salespeople to develop customized, tailored programs to help them develop the skills, maybe adapt their mindset and approach, and doing related consulting and advisory work to help them improve top line revenue growth.
That's great. And then do you normally work with businesses and then the employees within that business, or do you work with individuals, maybe not there wherever they're working, if that makes sense?
Yeah, occasionally I'll do work with an individual that may be kind of sponsoring their own training or what's developed themselves. But for the most part, it's B2B organizations working with the companies directly and working with their executives, CROs, VPs of sales, customer success, account management, and the like, sometimes pre sales as well, to help them to understand and kind of pinpoint what may be holding them back and develop and taking their feedback and input into tailoring Aslan's content for training and coaching to meet their unique needs and then delivering their programs, ongoing support, reinforcements, things of that nature.
Okay. And then on a typical day, just an average day, what would that look like for you? Would you be traveling, meeting people face to face? Would you be more behind the scenes, or would you be on calls, doing training yourself? Or how do you, that's,
Good question. I mean, in terms of the business development and marketing, most that's done remotely. I do meet with prospects periodically, face to face. The actual training delivery, though, is it really a combination. It's evolving over time. A lot of people's teams are just are remote, kind of disparate teams, different locations, so it's kind of harder to get the people together. But I'd say at least like half the training we do is still on site in person. If not, it's virtual, but live instructor-led training that we deliver. And then after we deliver kind of our core sessions, we do a lot of more one-on-one work there with individual people, coaching managers, coaching reps, reinforcement sessions. And we also have some AI powered software that's interactive in nature called ASLAN Plus that's used to help train people on an ongoing basis at their own pace, their own schedule. And they can kind of create real life scenarios and practice and refine their skills on their own time.
okay, gotcha. And then, um, in this industry, the sales training industry, what are some major shifts that you're seeing, or maybe some trends?
Yes, I mean, I think what I referred to earlier a bit around the fact that so many different salespeople and sales managers are working remotely now that they have less real time training and
Yeah.
guidance they're getting from their manager and their peers. When I started in sales and most of my career, I was working for companies. I had peers around me. I could tap my manager on the shoulder and or they go into his or her office, ask their advice, bounce off ideas. So a lot of coaching was in real time and on site. Now I think a lot of people don't benefit from that, and it's a little more isolated in the nature of the work. And that, of course, causes sales trainers to have to adapt to that. The reality that customers are facing, our clients are facing, in their work lives, how they deal with their customers, and kind of adjusting accordingly. So it's a lot more a combination really of a virtual delivery because selling is virtual a lot more now too. There's a lot less on-site selling done these days, and our training needs to reflect that. And there's a lot of other trends as well we're seeing. It's in terms of why people come to us. I think more than anything, it's harder than ever for salespeople and marketers to get the attention of people. Response rates are down dramatically in terms of email and LinkedIn, other social media outreach. People aren't at their desk answering their phone. So people and sellers need to adapt, and our role as sales trainers and coaches is to help them do that, increase, improve efficiencies and effectiveness in taking on kind of the evolving world out there that's really changing at a rapid pace.
Okay. Gotcha. Yeah, that makes sense with the less everyone's kind of ever since COVID stayed out of the office as much as they can, and now
Yeah,
they got no one
it's
to
that.
help them out.
I
Um,
mean, and to use a baseball analogy as well, people are getting fewer at bats.
yeah,
The opportunities salespeople get to meet and to even speak with people on the phone or via web conference or in person, they need to take advantage of that because the volume of opportunities is going to be lower for most people, and that they can't afford to be sloppy or not follow good protocol to make the most of each opportunity they get and really differentiate themselves so they keep the attention. It's hard enough getting people's attention the first time. Keeping that's even harder. So you need to be able to provide value and give your customers a reason to want to speak to you further. It's in their
yeah.
best interest.
And so then, how has that specifically impacted your business, or your growth strategy on growing your
Sure.
business?
I think more than anything, it's you need to meet people where they are. If they're online, if they're on LinkedIn, it's reaching them via those channels, interacting with their content, learning about them by learning about what's important to them. What are they posting articles about? What are they commenting on? Getting to know their public company, understanding what's available through their press releases and their public filings. If not, just get understanding how you can reach people in different ways and trying to provide value to each interaction, offering useful content. I mean, we're in the sales training business, so I think a lot of the training we do and the ways we get people's attention is to provide them with valuable content. It could be the ASLAN podcast. It could be our blog. It could be sharing ideas with people. So we kind of prove our value as we're prospecting people. What does our
Yeah,
sales style look like? What does our content teach? And how that translates to helping them do the same thing more effectively.
I understand. So now I do want to take a little bit of a shift here, and we're going to come back to this, but it did come to my attention that you are also a writer for Revenue Magazine. Um,
Yes, Revenue Magazine is really a great free resource. I'm going to stress free because it's really a great way to people to get kind of actionable insights and opinion and guidance from a wide range of sales and marketing experts. It's published by a sales growth company, leading voice in the industry, but people know Keenan from Gap Selling, his organization, another great sales training company that I think really complements Aslan's work very well. They focus on sales process and methodology through understanding the gaps and where customers are today, where they want to go, and treating sales as a way to fill that gap and provide value. I'll let them speak for themselves about their business, but they're a great company. Keenan's a leading voice, great resource, and he put out this magazine with the help of his team to really help other sales practitioners kind of cut through the noise on LinkedIn and other sources and really get valuable content. There's a lot of people that are trying to be influencers out there in the sales expert world. They have little experience. They're more concerned about their own personal brand than really actually providing insight and valuable content. So I read my colleagues' content all the time on Revenue Magazine. There's a lot of great information out there. And again, it's totally free. So definitely encourage everyone in the sales management, customer success, marketing fields, take advantage of that site as well because there's a lot of good stuff out there. And it's all relevant and it's not fluff. It's really actionable content.
Awesome. And then so you are a writer. Like, how often are you involved with them, and how directly?
Yeah, I mean, I usually put out 2 to 3 articles a month myself on a range of topics that I think are relevant to people that
Yeah,
I interact with. And a lot of times, I just it's I get ideas based on what I'm seeing in the marketplace myself, challenges I'm having, challenges my clients are facing in my ASLAN world, and just interesting things I think people talking about that are relevant. I try and expand upon that, provide my own perspective and ideas, and hopefully people get a lot of value from that. I've gotten good feedback on it, and I enjoy doing it. You know, the company, the magazine as a whole is putting out 10, 20x that every month. There's a lot of good content out there. And so I personally take advantage of it myself, other things that my peers are putting out from Revenue Magazine.
yep. All right, so now we're going to come back from that. Took a little detour because I remembered that and I thought that was quite interesting, and I knew you'd have some good input on that. So now I kind of want to get into the what I call the more is more in business. It's related to the concept of growth and expansion. And then as with Aslan, do you guys have a specific growth strategy, or how do you guys find your clients and how do you help them improve? That's basically what I'm trying to get at here.
I mean, we both Aslan at the corporate level and the partners. We employ a lot of different methods. We have a great reputation. We've been I think one of only 3 or so companies that's been in the top 10 consistently in terms of some of the key industry watchers like Gartner and Selling Power and so forth. So we have a great reputation. So we get a lot of referrals and kind of
Referrals,
inbound. And we
yep.
do a lot of great marketing. We got a great marketing team. Do a lot of valuable podcasts and blogs. We provide a lot of content out there that is well absorbed by the industry. People come to us for that. And our founders are excellent. Tom Stanfill, Tab Norris, our president Mark Lamson have been in the industry for a really long time, have a lot of expertise to offer. So they speak at events. They have great reputations for good reason, and they help us inform the content. And we're always evolving. Coming out with new things. Like for example, we've been leveraging our own AI tool now, Aslan Plus, that to help our clients really interact with our content on an ongoing basis, reinforce learning. So we're putting a lot out there. We're evolving as our clients' needs evolve, and we do a lot of that for sure.
Yeah, so it's been a lot of just staying on top of what's new, what's trending, what people are liking.
Yeah, but not just what's trending, but also what's trending and is worth pursuing. It really helps make an impact on people,
Yeah,
as opposed to what's the latest flavor of the month. We talk to our clients, we incorporate them into our product development process. What do they need? How can we help them more? And so, as opposed to just assuming that and just developing things that based on guesswork or basic kind of loose research, it's really informed by not only the market opportunity, but what our clients want from us.
yeah. And then I did hear you mention AI. I know AI is kind of a big topic. It's a new upcoming thing since only a couple of years ago, and it's been picking up pretty quickly. Is there a lot of AI that you guys implement into your systems, or are you guys kind of straying away from that a little bit? How do you guys really integrate with that?
Yeah, there's two sides that I think it's the AI software and we put out to help train our clients, but also using AI for research. And I think whether it be for research and I can't really speak to the corporate marketing so much myself, but I think it's a great tool to learn about people, learn about what our prospects we're looking at, what our clients are doing, understanding at a high level trends and coming with ideas. But I think AI needs to be a supplement to the human component, human research, human interaction. If
Yeah,
people come over reliant on it or use it too much purely as their primary marketing engine or content production, it's very transparent. Buyers are savvy; they know when it's not genuine. As
yeah.
in, we're all about being other-centered, caring about our customers, and helping them be better at what they do. So it's certainly a valuable tool, absolutely, but it has to be used the right way. And I think a lot of people out there in sales and marketing, a wide range of roles and fields are afraid of AI, but I think the ones that need to be scared are the ones that aren't really providing value themselves or overly relying on it.
Yep.
It can be a very valuable tool, but it shouldn't replace the human interaction. I think selling is always going to be about personal connection and providing value, and that's something that only humans can really do. So
Yeah. So
it's think of it that way.
slippery slope kind of thing there.
Definitely.
Um, and then with you particular in Aslan right now, or maybe just the industry, what do you guys see that's working well, and maybe what's been a little more frustrating or had not been working as well?
Yeah, in terms of working well, I think more than ever, there's we work with a very wide range of companies across a wide range of small companies, private companies, family-owned businesses, large international Fortune 100 companies, and they have a wide range of needs. And I think more than anything, it's important to be able to have tested and proven content that is valuable to all companies or virtually all companies, but be flexible and nimble enough where we can do custom assessments, collaborate with clients to build out the content and tailor the exercises, what we emphasize or de-emphasize. What does the interactive training look like to ways that really are reflect the reality that in the environments they're in every day and not just generic
Yeah.
content. So that's works really well for us because when we walk away from clients 9.9 times out of 10, they're really happy with the way that it has an immediate impact on how they reframe things, but is also scalable and digestible so they can continue to learn on an ongoing basis. It's not a one and done and we walk away. It's an evolving process. But I think like everyone else, I mean, out there, the biggest frustration for me, who's someone who's been in sales for over 20 years now, is that we're in sales because we love talking to people. And it's harder than ever for any company to get people on the phone live.
Yeah.
And whether it be, it was always challenging. There's always rejection was a reality of any salesperson's life. But I used to love talking to people at high volumes every day on an ongoing basis. People now don't have desk phones. Might have a mobile phone. They
Hmm.
might not be able to get their information. So it's more about finding ways to connect, sending a live meeting, and then getting to interact. But getting
Yep.
people on the live in the line is more challenging than ever, as well as opening rates. Open rates from emails are way down. You need when we teach people how to be better at that, be more impactful to improve that. But no one's immune from those pressures of just this pure volume of interactions people are receiving as buyers, and so much of it's bad and just not valuable at all to people that I think it causes people to tune out even good content.
Yeah, it just
So
puts them
I think
off. They're not
sales and
interested.
marketing is just turning off a lot of people. And it's unfortunate because it hurts the ability for companies to learn about valuable solutions, but they're just being overwhelmed with a lot of junk out there and they don't have time to sort through all of it and determine what's good, what's not. So you have to be better than ever. And that's challenging. And that's for us and our clients, just getting the attention of people, even when we have good things to offer.
Yep. Yeah, I get that. Definitely. A lot of people they just don't answer their calls, especially now, show up their caller ID if they don't know them, they're not answering.
Right. So
Um,
yeah, well, you have to be more leave impactful voicemails. A lot of people don't always listen to voicemails. You need to be better at doing that, and it's really a combination. I mean, you can use voicemail and calls as ways to direct people to email content or mention something relevant you saw about them. So you have to kind of triangulate these days, and we help our clients do that. But at the end of the day, what's going to make a difference is going to be the quality of your content, providing value in your outreach, and really cutting through all of that noise by focusing on what's important to the customer. And that's what we teach our clients to do. And it helps. It's harder than ever for everyone, but if you do it the right way, you can really differentiate yourself. Because there's so many people doing things the wrong way out there.
yep. Yeah. Okay. And so then, in your professional experience, what would you say is the difference between sales coaching and sales managing?
Great question. I think that's when we teach our sales management training programs at ASLAN. we talk about salespeople and sales leaders needing to wear three different hats. It's the leadership, creating the vision, the positive environment, the motivation for people to be their best selves and want to show up every day and do a challenging job to the best of their ability. Management is more the administrative component in terms of setting territories, setting quotas, forecasting accurately. So that's important as well. Distinct from that is coaching, and coaching often gets confused with deal pipeline reviews or deal reviews. Or saying coaching sessions turn into when is the deal coming in? Why isn't your pipeline bigger? Things like that, kind of like top down approaches that don't really help anyone. It doesn't help the salesperson get better. And the sales manager may think they're getting information they need to give to their boss, but they're not helping people actually close deals. So
Yeah.
coaching needs to be about skills development, understanding where people can improve, and translating that to their real life scenarios that they're facing to help them improve performance, as opposed to just simply saying you're being nagging people about why hasn't this deal come in, and focusing on what can we do to get this deal closed today, as opposed to how can we develop you into a better salesperson and providing more value to your customers so your win rate rates improve, your deal sizes are bigger. And so
Hmm.
it's more about that and creating time that's distinct from pipeline reviews. I'm not saying pipeline reviews and forecasting accuracy aren't important. They are, but coaching needs to be a different, distinct capability and process than managing or leading.
Yeah. All right, so I'm gonna do just two wrap-up questions I like to do with everyone I have on here. So if you could solve one major challenge today, what would that be?
I think more than anything in terms of challenges is that people are overwhelmed today with choice. There's almost too much choice. And I think that there's so many people trying to do the same thing with very little distinction in what they do. And I think that leads to crowdedness. A lot of companies are adopting like technology, their tech stacks are totally bloated, and they're often taking on things that maybe do 50% of what someone else does. For example, a lot of CRM tools now. If you have Microsoft Office, you have the Microsoft Teams. Microsoft Teams or Zoom, they can record calls, they can transcribe calls, provide insights, but also there's good conversational intelligence tools, right? It might go a step further, provide and do more and think certain point solutions that are better than things that you're already getting from other tools. And I think it leads to people taking on too much. And I think the ROI of all these things collectively is kind of diminished by the fact that there's too much investment,
Yep.
and companies don't know it. Sales and marketing people get overwhelmed. They almost have too many tools and they don't use any of them to their potential. And then budgets get soaked up. And at the end of the year, people are like, what do we use this for? What do we get out of this? They think they need to look about how can they use technology more effectively and more efficiently as well, so they're not overdoing it and really coming to eventually creating more problems than solutions.
Yeah, that's a good point. And then my final question, I'll leave you with this is where do you or Aslan as a whole, where do you want to be in 6 to 12 months from now?
Yeah, I mean, Aslan wants to continue our growth trajectory. It's been a strong, almost 30 years now, and continue to provide value and evolve for our clients and evolve with as their needs evolve. Me personally, it's about, I think, because I serve and have expertise in certain industries. I work with companies across a wide range, but I do have a lot of expertise in certain areas, such like market intelligence, data, software, research, consulting, and so forth, and really kind of expand upon how I can help companies in those specific industries that I know better than any others. And not only leverage what Aslan can offer, but leverage my industry experience to provide them with very tailored and unique experiences that will help them thrive in their sectors and against their competition. So really be more of a not only a generalist, but also help clients as I do today and but at a higher volume in the industries I know best and be kind of become more of a resource for them as well.
Awesome. That is great input. before we end this, is there anything you'd want to shout out? Maybe your LinkedIn, anywhere people can find you.
Yeah, you can find me on LinkedIn at Michael DeLeo, but also aslantraining.com. Said revenuemagazine.com. Again, another free resource. Again, Aslan has our free blog and podcast, are excellent as well. I'd encourage anyone that wants to learn more or discuss these topics with me personally. Find me on LinkedIn, connect, send me an invitation, reach out, or go to Aslan, and we can be in touch and help see if we can help you in any way with any of the challenges that are unique to your own businesses.
Perfect. Well, Mr. DeLeo, I appreciate you coming on, and that was very fun, and we can do this soon.
Yeah, my pleasure. Thanks a lot for having me on, Ariane.
Perfect. Yep. Have a good one.
You too.